destroyed us in the World Finals.
It wouldn't be game one without Reckless playing Alistair, and the crowd have already gone mad for that one. Final lock-in here for Chachi.
Not the Trundle, apparently.
Not the Trundle. Well, still hovering. Trundle is still an option. I do like the Gwen, though. Gives you a massive amount of power in the team fights, gives you, you know, great side lane pressure, is going to get locked in. I will say that one criticism I have here, NORD are very AP leaning. Very AP leaning. I mean, Kaiser...
We have it! Game number one! NORD taking on Los Ratones.
It's going to be a bloodbath, Trouble.
Both teams pretty much curated to fist fight. For Los Ratones, I have to say, it's gonna come a little bit later on. You need a couple of items onto the Silas. My only worry right here is that the Los Ratones composition is very, very short range. You're sporting 4 melee champions and a Zaya, of course, right? An AD carry. But with a very dive-heavy composition and a Gwen that likes to stick onto champions, having 4 very short-range champs, you're making it a little bit too easy for NORD to sort of jump you. So we'll see how these team fights will go. Again, for Los Ratones, they have a very disruptive sort of composition. For Nemesis, you've got so many ults you can pick and choose. Usually you go for that Ari ult so you can be very slippery throughout the team fights, reach that backline.
Alrighty, well, wards go down from Los Ratones just to spot out what Jankos is going to be doing. He's starting on that red side, probably just going to grab that camp and dip. Actually, no, he's just going to go into the blue side. Now, this does mean that Jankos will be clearing upwards towards Chachi, so maybe we'll see a little bit of early action there. Velia also will be clearing upwards though, but when you start on your Raptor camp here and then you head south and then back up to north, it does slow down that clear somewhat. So too much of that.
Yeah, Jankos is just looking for his level 6, right? He's literally one camp. If you look on his portrait, that purple bar will show you how much XP he has. He's literally one camp away from that level 6. Again, that level 6 paired up with an Ari, it's pretty much a guaranteed setup kill. Let's see where Jankos is going to be looking for, because like they've left Velia all alone. He's quite low. Whatever side lanes they can, push out the waves and handshake the 2 neutral objectives.
I think the objective handshake is absolutely fine here for Los Ratones. NORDs are also going to be happy with it. I do think grubs have a very high value as Reckless is actually looking to play interrupt. They've been able to zone them off the grubs. All of that setup from NORD, and they're just going to give it over. Los Ratones, they don't even have to get a kill. They just walk in and bully them off.
Important that this Gwen is actually farmed up, as Inax and Nash, they're under attack. Jankos is there.
Flashes in, they find the lockdown. Nash immediately jumps out the quickness. Velia, low HP, into the back line. We see Jankos slide. Velia burning to the ignite. First blood to Nash. Inax slides in and gets another one. Nemesis joins into the play as he uses the needlework, but Reckless will fall. NORD take 3.
NORD shut down a play from Los Ratones.
Oh, no way! What a
4 objectives secured here for the side of Los Ratones, and the Dragon stack is starting for them here, so able to pick that one up. Didn't see exactly what Dragon we're turning into.
And both of these teams, again, that 1,000 lead has become a 2,000 gold lead. Nemesis.
Needlework's doing a lot of work as he got that Kingslayer coming up soon. He's going to try and heal. The flash from Chachi, 0-6. NORD starting strong.
MVP, Offspring, showing up right here on the Gwen. R5, that was the reason red side was picked. So in Velia's top quadrant of the jungle. So they are aware where most are. Second item slowly but surely starting to form. There's a BF sword in Kaiser's inventory, Blasting Wand, a couple of crystals for Vi as well. I'm looking to see that Black Cleaver potentially in Vi's inventory.
Chachi.
You still have Vi ult, and Jankos looking.
Teleport's coming in, Rupture's going down. That's going to be the quickness coming through from Nash, catching everybody in as Inax slides into the play. That's 2 down for the side of Los Ratones. No way! Finds Nemesis, who jumps away. An isolated 1v1. Vault Breaker forward, Rupture comes in. Bounce continuing to run away. All the while, Los Ratones will be taking the Atacan. This was a horrific play from NORD.
They're falling for the global magnet again. The bounce has been for Los Ratones, but NORD right here going to respond. Rift Herald mid. Everyone is on the resets from the side of LR due to the Atacan. Mid lane tower is going to fall. NORD are pressuring Velia in the mid lane as well. That might be a second bop down mid.
Gonna get a second bot, but not a second tower. Nice chunk out of it, though. The glow continue to run. Rupture goes wide. Reckless makes his way up as well, and Chachi's just able to skip away.
Chachi is Baus.
They're still chasing.
Chachi is Baus. He's doing it.
4 members onto Chachi. Can he get away from this one? Needlework into the headbutt pole, into the silence. He can't cast a spell. Velia takes him down.
Instant tempo TP from Baus over in the mid lane. Push down that wave as well. Inax is trying to trim it from the other side for Nord. And Nord have taken home in the jungle of Velia on the bot side. Nemesis from the bot lane as well, pushing down that wave, and Nord are pinched.
They got the blast cone to get them all over the wall, but they're still pretty heavily pinched here. Baus chasing forwards. Don't think they're going to find much here. Just jumps away from that Rupture. The Chachi taunt didn't work quite as well as a Baus taunt. They got a tower, but this dragon should be going over.
Seconds.
Lost Returners have the man advantage. Jankos, no blast cone available. Nord, they just have to give it up. Dragon number 3 over Lost Returners. They're off the board. Like, I feel like these teams are itching to fight, but neither of them are willing to go. I say that, they find the charm and the knock-up in to the backline with the Vi ultimate from Jankos. Velia will fall. The healing comes forward. Nemesis connects on with the Absalom Duck. Reckless, 2-man pulls. Baus silencing onto the backline. That's going to be the kills for Los Ratones as Chachi enters into the fray. Needlework coming through. Baus losing so much HP. Headbutt pole onto No Way. Inax will fall. Chachi on his own. Snip, snip. Los Ratones turn the fight around. It's a double for Crowny. No Way, the only man standing. Spotted by the ward. He can do nothing but watch as they hunt him down. Oh, No Way. No way out of this one. He'll just execute.
Los Ratones, fantastic turnaround. Nemesis starting the Baron right here as well. Death timers are huge with 45 seconds onto No Way. And the reason why this game has been so stagnant and slow is because Los Ratones cannot start their own fights. Their initial engage is not good enough. But if Nord overextend, then they can turn it around, which is exactly what happened here. Wrong target, you don't coordinate on one, it all falls apart.
Well, I think we might get another chance. This time Chachi's in the area. They find the knock-up in response, though, from Reckless onto 2 members of Nord. Needlework doing a little bit of work, trying to cut through them somewhat. Everybody's dashing around into the backline. They go. Here's the charm. Here's the kill. Velia finds it. 2 members fall. Nord on the run once again. Baus hunting for Chachi. Headbutt pole comes in onto Chachi. Dodges away on that Rupture. We can see the backline there as the feathers are falling out. Crowny takes the kill. Inax on the run. Chachi 1 versus 3. Gwen is immune. Got the snip snip. Dodging the Ruptures away. Crowny's low HP, but Chachi cannot do it. Down they go. Los Ratones take another fight and Soul.
Baus stole the dragon. This is Soul for LR because this guy just walked in, pressed R, stole the neutral objective from both junglers because no one could smite it apparently, but he could. Los Ratones right here with the Soul, with 1,000 gold lead now taking that bot lane tier. Both the waves, right? Crowny, push top wave.
Good job, good job.
Velia?
Into the knock-up, but it's a Pantheon. Presses W, untouchable.
It's very, very difficult. 2 waves pushing towards Nord as well. Reckless.
Oh, Reckless jumps in onto that backline. Redemption comes up, just heals Nord back in. They're going to jump forwards though. There's Inax onto the backline. Nemesis trying to zone him away, but Inax is doing some serious damage. Jankos falls. Nemesis can't find the turnaround, but it doesn't matter. Crowny put out the damage in the fight. The Grand Starfall from Velia to chase onto Inax, flushes in, finishes him up, interrupts Chachi on the reset. Now Chachi's got a 1v1 him, but he can't hold the base and find the kill. Gets the reset out, he's gonna TP into his base, but I think Los Ratones have got this first game in the bag. No one's coming up for another 20 seconds for the side of Nord. Can Chachi pull it off? No needlework. Small minion wave to cut through. Reckless tries to find the opening, dodges away for a brief second, but his health bar is absolutely deleted, liquefied by Crowny. The Nexus will fall, and Los Ratones will take game number 1 of the series.
Very slow, very calculated game. This is a very LR draft where they don't necessarily...
The walls from the Yorick, all of these get stunned by the Bard, so you're basically buffing the Bard with what you've picked from Nord here. That's a great last pick there from Los Ratones. The bit of a special thrown in from Reckless, and it works wonders in this matchup with the water will be created. But please do not pick the Misfortune, but they slam it. They slam it. I mean, you're gonna get destroyed by Bows on the Ambassador. You stand still when you're ulting. You get publicly executed by the Ambassador, and all of a sudden, you've lost your carry.
At the end of the day, it goes down to positioning from NORD and also finding windows for LR. Everybody can jump into the back line from Los Ratones. NORD just need that quick team fight or even an advantage for Chachi on the top lane to get that split push. There's a lot of questions, there's a lot to say, but I just want to know, who do you think is going to take this before we toss it to casters?
I am a Misfortune hater. I'm sorry for that, but I think the Reds are going to take this game.
So you think it's going to be a 2-0? Tell me, Duckling.
I really like the draft up until the final few picks. I love the bot. I hate the Misfortune. That is a crazy R5 Nord in my opinion. But that's why I'm leaning Los Ratones.
Okay, let's see.
Especially through the matchup as we are heading into game number 2 of our grand finals here in Copenhagen. I like the Misfortune. So much squishiness on the side of Los Ratones. One big ult is all it takes from Nash to set up for an insane bullet time.
I will say there are avenues to shut it down. That's where I can agree with the desk. I do think the ability to shut it down. But we do have these stats that we just brought up on our screens. You can see the game time difference between the teams. NORD are a team who play incredibly slow. In fact, I believe they have one of the longest, if not the longest, average game time in the tournament. They're scalers. They play for scale. They play for scaling, you know, they get more towers. They actually have a higher first tower rate than Los Ratones. But Los Ratones are a team who typically, actually, I used to think of them as a very good early game team, but this season, they've kind of dropped that ball, actually, and have started to move towards being very good at playing the late and mid game.
I kind of feel like it's been the opposite. I feel like Los Ratones early games have not
they've been terrible this
They're kind of giving
right?
me like G2 deja vu, where it's like, let's see how bad our early game can go and see how good we are at pulling it back.
Just limit testing it to the max. But it is crazy, because when they first rocked around onto the scene, they were really good early, but I don't know, man. They've definitely started to drop that a little bit more. As heading into the game, Baus
reduced by tenacity as well, so you get that full duration of that CC. That's why it's a fantastic sort of CC. And Nash is a great rel as well. I think he's one of his best champions.
Nash just goes for the flash forward into the portal. They go. Inax actually following, gets caught here.
That might have been a mistake. No! The stun comes through, and Inax finds first blood.
Well,
the rest of the team is in it here.
It's not Baus in the lane, but Nemesis may be looking for the kill. The Scout of the Week comes in. Chachi just flashes into Nemesis's face. Velia chasing forwards. Maiden's going to do some work. He's got the shovel. He's putting the work in, to be fair.
Velia almost goes down, but takes out Chachi.
Great timing right there from Velia. Chachi had run out of mana, so he tried to pull a last-second result right there. You're either going to try to shove the wave, which he couldn't, or you're going to try to force maybe a flash from Nemesis. Nemesis is stone cold. Doesn't pull the flash either. Velia ends up solidifying the kill right here. Pickaxe straight into his inventory as well. And Jankos is going to take that. Make it easy for themselves with those drafts. I'll tell you what. To start fights. However, again, NORD have the rel, so all Los Ratones have to do is get a pick, potentially with, again, a Scout of the Week, a Reckless ult, a Reckless Q, or peel from that rel engage. There's only one void grab left, and that one's going to be taken away as well.
That crazy every time.
Chachi might be falling for it.
Oh, Chachi going low. Baus looking for the kill. In jumps Velia for the lockdown. Chachi buying the space. Jumps back under the tower. It is reset. Velia secures the kill. In comes the right to the arcade to clear the wave. Not going to be giving up too much.
So it's Ayaya, Gwen is immune, and what's this one? Woof Woof, Nafiri is immune?
I don't want to think about that champ. Velia steps forwards. He'll see him on the ward, but that's going to be the engage there from Baus onto Chachi. Puts the cage down. Flashless, unable to escape. Velia slides in and secures the kill.
Turn nameplates off. And I will tell you they're swapped.
Yeah.
Turn nameplates back on. Velia's been having a banger of a game. And again, our question at the beginning of the day is, can Velia protect Baus? 2 versus 2. And I feel like none of this is coming to fruition, either in game number 1 nor in game number 2. I just need to see that red side work, or just swap to blue and take a very, very good S-tier peak, like they have been doing for the side of Los Ratones. They're prioritizing Nemesis and Velia back-to-back on blue side.
Yeah. I felt like NORD maybe had like a plan, or they thought they'd throw Los Ratones off by giving them blue side and their prep, but ultimately
There's a
We'll
long
see
vision
something.
from Nord. Behind enemy lines, inside enemy lines, defensively as well. Towers is going to go down just like this. No defense from the side of Nord. And now they've lost majority of this line of defense that we mentioned inside their own jungle and in enemy territory. Let's see if Nash can get that big ult we've been talking about.
All right, Nash is the redemption arc, but Nemesis comes in with the scat of the week onto Inax.
Massive bounce ultimate. There's the Magnet Storm into the Tempered Fate. Unable to move. Inax will fall. And Los Ratones have just got the fight in the bag. Nash goes down. Jankos left scratching his head. No way, trying to find that range, trying to find that little bit of extra damage.
In finals, but Baus, the Avengers have assembled, finds himself some damage onto Chachi, using some of the movement speed to break away, but they've got the lockdown, the shields, the pillars, everything is just going to keep Baus in place. There's the Magnet Storm. Jankos takes the kill, but what is the taunt going to cost them? Inax falls, Velia finishes him up. The global taunt, too much to bear.
Mid lane's getting pushed, Inax dies for it, bot lane's getting pushed, bot lane tower dies for it. Let's see if Chachi's going to be able to take one for Nord on the top side of the map, or the trade is just simply not worth it right there. Baus buys enough time, LA put pressure on the map, and now LA have solidified themselves a bit of control inside Jankos' jungle on the bottom of the map. Nash is looking, but remember, had to blow the Rel ult to kill Baus on the top side.
Yeah, absolutely. It will not have that up for quite a while as well, so they need to just buy time, and I don't think Los Ratones are going to give them that time. Jankos loses a fair amount of HP. There's a teleport available to Chachi if he wants to come in. Nemesis just continues to play off in fog of war and be a nuisance to the members of Nord. Scatter the Weak lands onto Nash. There's the pillar. Nemesis goes in for the punish, but Baus has found Chachi on the flank. Atakan still firing away.
Massive lockdown here from Reckless onto No Ways. He's just trying to make an escape away. Nemesis picks up Maiden and slams it onto No Way, taking him down. Nash.
Yeah, Baus has got a nice little flank angle here, though. We'll see if he goes for it. It's maybe just going to push out the wave. Although it does look like Los Ratones, even without their mid laner, thinking about playing some level of contest. Velia can jump in, but I don't know if he's going to be able to jump back out. Thinking about it.
In jumps Nash with the Magnet Storm onto 2. Tempered Fate hits 2 in response. Nash losing way too much health. Velia's able to take the kill. Dragon was secured by Nord as Velia trying to find the opening onto Inax. Jumps onto Chachi. Chachi, he's too damn squishy. Reckless finishes him up as Baus jumping onto Inax. Interrupted with the ultimate there to find Inax.
And Los Ratones just have so much control of this area. Like, Nord are unable to step in. Half health onto Baron. I don't think Nord are going to get close enough. They've got no Scryers up. They have no ability to see. And yeah, that's just going to be a Los Ratones Baron for free. Nord giving it over. And that crowd.
They're looking for the dragon. Resets have not come through from LR. Bot lane wave pushed. Nova's going to catch that, but Nord need to find a way. They need to find some vision, and Nash has a big... Oh, boy.
Oh, Chachi has to flash away. He's okay. Oh, no! Velia flashes into his pocket. Meanwhile, Crowley gets the pillar thrown on. Chachi goes down. Velia secures the kill. Nord just left catching the wave. They have to give up Dragon.
But again, you see the differences between LR and Nord. LR are going to push the waves first, then pile into the river, and set down their vision for that and play for the neutral objective. This is textbook.
It's going to be Reckless's ultimate to stop it. Nemesis, really fancy feat, dodging all of the right of the arcane. And meanwhile, Baus gets a massive chunk out of the tower.
2 ultimates gone. Inax, No Way, both use theirs to try and catch Nemesis, and that's a 3-wave siege from the side of Los Ratones. Mid, bot, and top. First tower falling down in the base of Nord, and another wave is going to be coming shortly from the top side where Velia and Baus are.
I mean, Nord just need to pull the trigger. They've got the Infinity Edge on Inax. Ultimately, they are slowly but surely just losing this game to a battle of attrition. Jankos losing so much HP to Crowley. Crowley half-healthing him just with auto attacks, no abilities coming in. Down goes another inhibitor. Los Ratones. Surely Nord put up some level of fight.
1 tower remaining. At least 1 inhibitor tower remaining for the side of Nord. And this could be the last defense right here. Again, Los Ratones, they don't have a very easy engage. But what they do have for the side is the wave.
Oh! Nash went forwards, gets hit by the Unleashed Power! taken down. Nord just unable to find an answer, unable to really do much of anything. Beautiful scatter of the week as Crowley jumps over the wall to try and stop them here. Pillar's got the slowdown. Chachi, where's his health bar going? Velia will just be finishing him up. Los Ratones get another kill. Inax gets jumped onto here. A lot of damage coming in. The Pillar's going to be there. Inax chunked out. Nice shutdown actually from nowhere. Gets the sniper. Throwing out some of the right of the arcane, looking for the kills. Baus is just going to teleport back in. All inhibitors down. And it just feels like Nord are falling apart. Baus on the flank. Can't quite find the kill onto Inax.
The waves. Look on your screen right now.
No one has soul. Los Ratones very close towards that soul. They got that, a lot of extra tenacity from 3 Chemtechs.
It's leaning towards a Nord win.
Because they have extra
average
stats.
time-wise,
yeah.
right?
True. I mean, they are looking for Reckless here. Jankos puts a pillar
so
down. Nash got a nice flank ankle. Inax not in position to follow up with a bullet time. Finds the slow. Baus going to get slowed up a little bit here, but Velia's just soloing Baron in the meanwhile. Nord can't even really get close enough to stop it. Velia's going to jump over the wall. That's going to be the Tempered Fate into the Magnet Storm. They find the stun. Inax breaks away. In comes the follow-up. The bullet time is huge, but it is shut down. The Tempered Fate from Reckless has denied Inax time and time again. Nash will fall. Velia 9-0-5 on the Neferi. Make it 10 kills. This was so one-sided from Los Ratones. Looking absolutely phenomenal going into this next game.
Classic.
Match point for Los Ratones.
What a...
Chachi. This will make my day. Chachi's GP locked in as well. It is blind. There are answers to it. But a lot of impact can be had here.
His Jax is still open. He wants to play for that, but the orange makes it really difficult for counter-strikes to land, and he does play AP Jax. We'll see what he chooses to go for. It's going to be the Jax, most likely.
No! Kled! He's done it! Can you hear that crowd?
The laughs on the player's face as well. Kled coming through.
This is
the
such a hype draft.
Anti-heal champions that have it in their kit is Katarina and Kled. Katarina is unplayable. Kled is kind of unplayable as well, but Baus is making it playable.
It's more playable.
More playable, true. True.
Right, these are messy comps on the side of Los Ratones. Well, messy comp from Los Ratones. Nord's fairly clear focused, right? You've got your wave clear and your ability to kind of push onto towers with your Ziggs. You've got a very powerful 2v2 bot lane, early jungler.
I just don't vibe with the Ziggs here. Because
Yeah,
the
I
only
could agree with
person
that.
getting stuck potentially in a Cataclysm will be
Every tournament they enter, they win. Here we are, game number 3.
Come on, Copenhagen!
Does Nord have more in them?
I hope so.
I looked at Inax backstage and he said reverse sweep ink, and they gave him the tools. He's got the Lucian, he's got the Nami behind him as well. He's got a Jarvan. Now Jankos is known for things like the Trundle, the Jarvan, things that want to gank in the early game, make some impact. We said we want the demon out of him. We want the First Blood King. He's got the tools here to do that.
He really does. I like what Nord have drafted. They do have so many avenues on the side of Los Ratones to deal with people. The Baus on Kled, just jumping into the backline. That Kled is going to be such a menace. Chachi finds a good barrel onto Baus, but not really going to get anything else.
Everyone's level 1.
Not going to be able to get any range off. Need that level 2 before you get the Q sorted up. But my eyes right now is on Jankos. He was quiet. He was having a snooze during game number 2. He's got this Jarvan, he can have early impact. He's a very powerful bot lane. Get Inax ahead. Inax has been by far the best performing player on Nord in this series. Let and enable him to get you into a game 4. Down the level, but up in aggression with a reset coming in. Not going for it. Chachi and Baus going toe-to-toe now. Chachi's got the damage though. First blood over to visit Chachi.
Spring MVP is back with a solo kill onto Baus. Baus has had his number this entire series so far, of course with the help of Velia. thing that really confuses me right here, right? Baus is doing the shy things. He's just bothering his the enemy jungler right here, whilst Chachi was losing creeps underneath his own tower. And this is the whole thing where we praise the guy for his playstyle. He is a nuisance in the game. That's what he does.
Yeah. I feel like, you know, Jankos just hasn't really had a presence on the map. He's finally hit that level 7 mark. Well, he was slow to hit 6. Veli was level 7 when Jankos was level 4 or 5. But they are going to turn their attention towards that Void Grubs. Nice cannon barrage comes out from Chachi, though, just to play Dissuasion, as Inax and Nash maybe looking here for Baus. Nash not got the level 6, does hit it. Dodge bubble from Baus. Lovely backstep. Just avoids that one. Grubs were secured for the side of Nord, although Veli is in the area. Nash now with that tidal wave. This could be an opening. Jankos also here. Might see some action. Inax needs to be careful. That death mark may just come down in onto him. Inax immediately getting hit. They're going to charge forwards. Tidal wave comes down. Inax, the healing's pretty big. Inax jumps away, but Baus finds his opening. Tries to find the lockdown. They've got the ability to pin him in place. Cannon barrage is not going to be there, but Jankos secures the kill.
Right now that he completed his Essence River, you're sending them top side of the map just as Dragon is supposed to spawn because that tower has fallen. You cannot afford to have your Lucian Nami overstep their welcome, Baus.
Well, hold on. They're going to find the interrupt onto Baus. Keep him pinned inside the cage. Inax launches into the fray. Baus demounts. He will not survive today. Inax takes him down. Nord secure the kills.
Baus traded again for a neutral objective. This time it's going to be the Dragon on the other side of the map. And we're just seeing OG Los Ratones. Baus dies, LR take the map.
It is a heavy cost they paid for that. That was a really, really heavy cost they paid for that. But do have the Grubs. They're going to be able to actually potentially answer out with this turret, although Reckless makes his way over. Waves crashing in. They're teleporting up Nemesis as well.
That mid lane to be the nuisance we mentioned prior. Having your Ziggs on his side lane gets very, very, very tricky. And now there's 3 members closing in on him from the side of Los Ratones.
Yeah, I think Noah's just going to have to look for the run. He's got Flash, he's got Satchel. Going to put some damage in. Reckless lands the depth charge into the hook, into the follow-up. Bomb comes down. Reckless, it doesn't matter. Velia almost went down.
They get to push the waves. Jankos pushed mid. They can push through bot lane. They spawn the Herald as well. Get a lot of vision behind and in front of enemy lines. 30 seconds for the next Dragon. It's going to be so point if Los Ratones take this. This is the time for Nord to hit back.
Baus is in topside, like pressuring up onto tier 2. He no way's made his way over.
To find the backline access.
That is, we'll keep our eyes on those boards because it looks like there might be a contest for Dragon here. Teleport already starting. He's actually going to not teleport too deep. Joins up with the rest of his team. Chachi's making his way over. Jankos gets caught by the CC for a second. Chain of Corruption lands in. Tidal Wave goes out. That's as much as they're going to be able to do. They're going to have to concede the Dragon. Dragon number 3 over the Los Ratones. But I actually think Nord played that right. They couldn't get in the area. They don't overcommit. They don't fall for it.
They threw everything on Jankos' items with Black Cleaver on that Jarvan. That Jarvan really hurts.
Nemesis.
But he's all alone.
Shuffles Jankos back, who just flags, drags, runs away, but they throw down the depth charge. The heal comes in.
Velia slides in and takes him out.
Jankos. Los Ratones are pulling on TPs for the Atakan. Let's see if Nord have an answer right here because they're not even set up for it. Jankos
they don't have a jungler. Yeah, they don't have the ability. They've not really contested Atakan at all in this series. Chachi's making his way over, does have the cannon barrage. Gonna do a bit of extra damage here. Throws the barrels out onto Baus, gets a bit of extra damage off. Not sure they're going to be able to find it. There's going to be the Atakan secure. Chachi now getting jumped onto, has to flash away from Baus. Health bars are low on Los Ratones. Inax is feeling like jumping forwards. No way. May play the interrupt. They're going to chase off as Jankos is coming in onto that flank. 2 members left exposed. Jumps in onto Reckless, who flashes away, finds the lockdown. Los Ratones.
Los Ratones find the angle, find the pig!
Lands in onto No Way! He's blown apart! Velia blinks back out, doesn't want to hang around. Beautiful hook from Reckless. This has to be a hero steal from Jankos. And the problem is what is the cost going to be? Arrow hits onto Inax, hook lands onto the Nami, Baus jumps in onto the backline trying to find Inax. Culling's going to cut through him, but he's just going to look to Scarl for the moment, gets him pinned in place, and that is Baus holding on to his life. He survives. 2 members of Nord stand.
And now starting the Baron, Velia through the Hex Gates, they know it's happening.
There's going to be a contest. Nemesis coming in. If he can put a door in, he can slam it onto the members of NORD. But Baus is inside the base. Jankos jumps in. Nemesis goes to the shuffle back, dodges away in the bubble. But Inax's damage is too damn big. The bomb goes wide. Nemesis has nowhere to go. He takes out Nash. Now Velia going low to Inax. He's going to dash forward and look for him. The base is on fire. Baus is going for the back door. Chachi's back. The cannon barrage shuts down the kill. Chachi now looking to kill out Baus. Bear trap on the rope, makes the connection, interrupted on the escape. Another barrel is popped. Baus tries to run away, but Chachi will take him down with a parlay. NORD are not done yet.
Jankos still around the Baron, and NORD are limping, but they're not out. Nash is gonna spawn, and that's a 5 versus 2 for the time being. Jankos is gonna start it, TPs are gonna be pulled in.
They do this so quickly. Chain of Corruption comes down. Chachi just takes a tangerine, takes a break. He's back up. Healing from the Redemption. NORD getting this Baron low HP. Teleport, though. It's going to be a Nemesis. He's going bot lane. I think he's going for the back door. They're just going to play Interrupt potentially here. Looks like they're just going to back off. I think he's... Yeah, a bit of a mistake there. Reckless and Nemesis just going to make sure clear out some of this vision. Jankos seen on the ward. Reckless may look for a hook onto him here. Jankos has the flag and drag. Chachi's joined up. Gonna just
Flash in onto Crowley, who is obliterated. Beautiful pick. Chachi in the middle of the fight, looking for the lockdown onto Nash, but Nash is not going down today. Yes, he is. Baus takes one with him. That could be Elder for NORD.
4 versus 3 for the Elder. NORD wanna push this to game 4, but Velia is still alive. The smite is still up, and NORD cannot take the 50-50. Not here.
Chachi's going to play Interrupt right now onto Velia. Huge damage coming out from Chachi. Massive death mark. Good flash away. Noah's on a killing spree as he takes out Nemesis off screen. Velia, can he find the Interrupt?
No way.
Chachi, he's resetting. He's not going to let Velia go. And that should just be Elder for NORD. Massive wave here. Crashing into the bot side, though. Someone needs to reset and hold. Chachi TP's in. Elder secured.
Breathe, breathe, breathe. NORD to steal the Baron as Baus puts pressure on the bot side of the map.
It's going to have to be a hero play from Baus.
Surely you don't let him in.
Velia's trying to get his way forwards. I think they're going to have to reset someone soon. Chachi's not there. He does have teleport. He can head towards that tower. They're going to see Baus in the bot lane. Chachi just continues to zone. Baron's going to get taken. Now NORD need to reset real quick. Baus will take the inhibitor. He won't take more. Elder up in 19 seconds, though.
15 seconds for
onto the side of Los Ratones. They are struggling. Baus going in for a flank. I actually think he's just going to flank the base. He's going to charge in. Inax may just be the target. Death charge lands onto Inax, who jumps away. Nemesis! What an ultimate! The shutdown onto Inax! Jankos slides into the back, but Chachi is here, able to find himself the assassination. Reckless trying to put the damage down, but Chachi's barrels doing some serious work. Chachi, what a save! Now it's Jankos versus Baus and Reckless. The ace is coming through Los Ratones! They have done it! The teleport into the bot lane! This will be the series for Los Ratones! What a monster fight! What a huge ultimate from Nemesis! 2 towers stand between Los Ratones and the title!
15 seconds for Inax to spawn together with Nash. There is no wave. Is it going? 5 seconds? 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3 seconds.
I don't think he's going to do it. Los Ratones trying their hardest to close this one out. Down goes the Nexus. A 3-0. They remain undefeated.
Los Ratones are your NLC Kings for 2025, back-to-back, flawless grand finals for winter and spring. And the recipient in both of those, NORD.